And we're live. Hey,
Hello,
Robbie.
Isaac. How are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm excited. How are you?
I am I am so excited and I'm also so horrified because I see 1,000 registered people on the page in front of you
Yep.
and they are gonna slaughter my challenges. So I'm very excited but terrified.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy to be back. We are here again with another WIzer CTF. Awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just like you. I'm. Oops. Sorry. I actually, have a little less to be worried about, just because created only the first two ones that are a little simpler. But I know you put a lot of effort in yours, and I'm really, really excited because I've seen what you've done, and I'm really excited to see how people handle it and how people play and so forth. And got a lot of registrations. I mean, yeah, we have 1,000 people, more than 1,000 people registered on the platform. Hopefully, a lot of them will come back from previous challenges, but net new we got like about 150 just for this challenge. So, and a lot of other people RSVP'd as well, like existing users who registered and acknowledged that they're going to join. So I'm really, really excited about it. We have 4 minutes to go, and we won't start talking about the challenges until it really kicks off. But I'm really, really happy to see that level of attendance, and we'll see how it goes.
Itzik, shall we do a really quick prediction on how long it's going to take for all of the
Wow,
challenges to be
that's
solved?
hard.
Because the last times we were quite wrong. I think the last time we said that nobody, or like it's going to take 5 hours and it only took 3 hours. So
Yep, yeah, yeah. To
what do
solve the
you
last
think?
one, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna take a risk and say that again, I don't know how, and we're are seeing some heavy hitters on our list, and but I think it can't take less than 4, maybe even 5 hours to solve the last two. So we'll see, right? I can definitely see our, especially the really good hackers we have on our community here, solving the first two or three pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Could take less than an hour even. But I think
probably.
the last three are going to be way more difficult. But again, we've seen again. We were surprised before, and I'm always it's always pleasant to be surprised because it actually shows how talented people are. What do you think?
We definitely have some insane heavy hitters
Hmm.
that are playing. Like I know some of the winners from last times, they have now found vulnerabilities in GitHub. I've seen one in Google. I've seen one find vulnerabilities in Facebook, in Meta. So these are some of the greatest hackers there. I see somebody say in the chat that Pilvar is online. Pilvar is one of the heavy hitters that last time did really, really good. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Somebody asked if we will get some infra issues this time. I'm sure that you guys are going to find out some ways to break these challenges and to make them crash. But that's why I am here with a Docker start command at my hands. Once something goes wrong, we just spin up a new Docker container and then pray for the best. Um,
perfect. So we have less than a minute. We have less than a minute. I just want to welcome all the new folks. Hopefully, we have some new folks on the line here today with us. And I want to welcome them to the game. We're going to go through the rules of the game, how to play, and what's going on, and so forth. We're going to do that once we kick off. There's about 40 seconds now left. Anything you want to say before the countdown?
No matter who you are, if you're a beginner or a pro, you're gonna have fun. If you are a beginner, focus on learning a lot, try your best at these challenges, and then afterwards come back for write ups and for explanations, and that's how you learn the most. So, no matter who you are, have fun.
Right. Yeah. 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 And again, really quickly, it's part of the WIzer CTF, platform. We have a public platform. 10, 9, 8,
Seven,
7, 6,
six, five, four,
2,
three,
2,
two,
1,
one. Let's
and let's
go! Let's go!
play.
Okay.
Awesome. So, okay, so we're really, really excited. We have 6 hours to play, guys. You can already start. If you know what you're doing, you can do it. But let me walk you quickly through, and especially for those of you who are, new to the game. Okay, so there are 6 challenges here. Gradual complexities. You can see the number of peppers here indicate the complexity. The first challenge is 1 pepper, then second challenge 2 peppers, and so on. And then the last one is 6 peppers. So that's going to be the most complicated one. I would say the last 2 are really, really close in their complexity. Different challenges, but very close in their complexity. And so I think you want to probably start with the first one. But you don't have to. You can go randomly to whatever you feel more comfortable. If you want to start with the more complicated one, we've seen that happening as well. So what are we doing here? We're playing a game. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the game and learn a lot from it. This game is actually checking your payload. It's not checking patterns or anything. Those are real deployed applets or apps, very small apps that we're deploying that really have those vulnerabilities, and we really check them. So our checker actually goes, runs the app, and checks them. So you will see a URL, and that URL is actually an endpoint in this case. We have largely 2 different types of challenges: a front-end challenge and a back-end challenge. When it's a back-end challenge, what you'll try to do is to do whatever the instruction tells you here. Like for this example, challenge number 1 is you need to read the OS file hosts, right, from the OS. It's definitely not the intended behavior of this app, which is actually submitting some sort of data or input into the app. It doesn't even matter what it is. It's actually submitting some data, and it's actually reading the data and sending a response, what was submitted by whom and so forth. And that's it. That was the intended behavior, but we're asking you to read the host files, obviously not the intended solution. You can, or not the intended behavior. You can take this URL, use it in Postman, Burp Suite, curl, write a piece of code, use a browser, whatever you want. Those URLs really exist. You can go in there and do whatever you think. And at the end, once you have the JSON, in this case, it's a JSON, application JSON type, format, something like this, right? So you have a field, in this case, the field. So the field name is input. So you just provide some input and you hit hack. The system will check you, will see if you actually read the host file, yes or no. And that would be it. Okay, so that's the first challenge. And by the way, before I move on to the next challenge, there's always a how to play cool video here, which walks you through. If you hit that, it walks you through, the rules of the game, or what do you need to do, what's your goal, and so forth. And we're giving prizes, so guys, please play fairly. Don't share payloads and so forth. So there's nice prizes here. $600. It's like a pool of $1,000. $600 for the winner, the big winner of first spot. Then second spot, $300, and then $100 for the third spot. And we're also giving swag for those of you who will take the time to write write-ups at the end. But that's really, really fun activity, regardless of prizes. And even if you can't get the first spot, it's really highly recommended to play anyways. So anything I missed so far, Robbie, before I move on to the second one?
The Discord, maybe an important one. We have a Discord channel where you can ask questions. So if you think something is not working, come to Discord and say, hey, this challenge, I have a question about it. And then Itzik or I, we will contact you. You can access the Discord directly from the website with the Discord button, or you can just join the channel and open it in the Discord app, whichever way you like it. So definitely join Discord.
Right, and I'm going to put the Discord join link on here as well, so that for those of you, it's not very clear here how to join. You can write here as a guest, but if you're joining in the Discord, you can actually be part of the community, which is highly recommended. A great community, a lot of heavy hitters, as Robbie and I mentioned before, but also the unique blend of or mixture of both hackers and developers. Really unique type of people we have here. Yep. So we already have.
Oh, they're going fast. Oh no! And these are names that I don't recognize, so they're new people, I think. So that's
new people.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, guys. Really glad to see you guys already started. And let's move on to the second one, just an introduction. So this one is again a backend one. So this URL is really live. That's a bug report system where you have a bug report endpoint, which you can report a bug using. You can report it on your behalf with your name and avatar here. And then there's another endpoint here that allows you to create objects of multiple types, because sometimes when you report a bug, you want to attach something. Could be an object, could be, but there's all sorts of objects that have all sorts of permissions. And there's an exclusive object which require actually an exclusive passcode that you can create. And you are required, without having access to the exclusive password, you're required to create one exclusive object pending approval, which is another type of object, and another standard object, which you can create freely without a password. So you start with that. Once you created one of each object, you have the JSON, you plug it in here, hit hack, you'll get the flag.
Yeah, so you need one JSON that creates 3 objects, one of each type.
Exactly. The JSON, as you can see here, accepts an array of objects. That's the objects to be created. So you're posting a JSON of array of JSON objects.
Okay. Indeed. Cool.
Right. So let's move on to the third, and with that, I'm gonna hand it over to you, Robbie.
Yes. So this challenge also has a UI. So if you take the URL and you just go to the root of it, you can see that little blob here. Little blob has some trust issues, and they only want to talk to their owner. So what you have to do is you have to prove to little blob that you are their owner, which you can do by supplying a JWT token, and you get a guest token. So once you do it, once you make blob happy, once you prove that you are their owner, then you get the flag. And once you do that, you can then take your payload with your token and input it as JSON there and solve the challenge that way. So that's the goal. Now, with this challenge, you also have the source code. So in this case, it's Java. You have 2 files, the main.java, and then another file, the JWT validator.java. So definitely use this code to kind of see what is going on there and how you might want to solve this challenge.
Yeah. So, and the auth endpoint is the one that you want to attack.
Exactly. That's the one that receives a token and is going to return Blob's answer, whether or not he thinks you are his owner or not.
Perfect. We already have 4 people solved probably the first one, right? Yeah. No, 5
yes,
people.
Okay, 5. What a timing feast, though.
really, really fast. Anything on the second one? I'm just curious. Some attempts.
Not yet.
That's
not
good.
Yet.
Okay. Not yet. Okay, so here is number 4.
Yes, the 4th challenge, I've created a little shopping list. And my shopping list is once again a website that you can visit and that you can check out. It allows you to upload your shopping list as a CSV file and then shows it so you can go to the local store and buy the stuff you need. However, the goal of this challenge is to read the flag at /flag.txt. So on the file system, there is a file flag.txt. You need to read that flag and then submit it. So for this challenge, what I recommend is to take this, offline, take this to your burp suit, to your Postman, play around with it, solve the flag. It's going to have to be a multiple steps of requests that you're going to have to make to get the flag. And once you have it, there's all the way at the bottom an endpoint submit flag, where you can submit the flag get parameter with the flag that you retrieved. And that way the checker will solve it for you.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. And
so, yeah,
the argument name is flag in here. So it's going to look
indeed.
like
So just / flag equals, and then the flag that you have. And then with the press of the hack button, it will check it.
Perfect. Challenge number 5, getting closer to the other ones.
Yes, this is a hard one. This is another Java one, and it's called Movie Script, and that's because this challenge helps you create movies. So once again, this has a front end that you can visit and play around with. So you can enter a character, and then if you submit it, you will see that a button gets created. So according to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a Willy should be able to fly. So a very original movie script for you to, start becoming a director or whatever you want to become. But perhaps there is a vulnerability in the code. So if you read the code, you will hopefully quickly spot the vulnerability, but perhaps it might be a little tricky to exploit. At least that's what I sincerely hope. And when you have the solution, then you can just paste it in to that. And at this time, it's not JSON, it is form URL encoded. So usually you can just copy and paste from Burp Suite, from Postman, and just paste it in here, press the heck button, and then it should all work fine. So very good luck with this one, because I think it will be tricky. Hopefully you guys will stumble a bit over this one. Let's find out.
Yeah. So one thing to note, this is new. We never had a challenge that accepts raw input. So you don't need to quote it, no, nothing. You just copy it, as Robbie said, from your Burp Suite, or from any type of, like, if you used curl to post it and get the flag, you just do that, and post it raw here. That's the only thing that the video doesn't mention. So the video assumes that all backend challenges are accepting
JSON,
JSON, but in this case it's a raw. So just note, we mentioned that here, like on the other ones you can see that it says JSON. Oh, sorry, this one is not JSON, but this one is JSON, so it says JSON. On this one you can see that it's a raw application, form URL encoded. Okay, and with that, let's jump into challenge number 6.
Yes, challenge number 6. I thought that GitHub, was not the best place to store code, so I created my own code storage platform that you can use. This one also has a front end for you to visit, where you can claim your own code and work with it. And it's fully private. You get your own password for your own code. It's perfectly safe. But there is also an administrator user, and that administrator user, they also have some code that contains the flag. And your goal as a hacker is to be able to steal the code of the administrator and thus prove that you can steal other people's code. Take this challenge offline, try to solve it. There is an endpoint where you can submit a link to to the administrator, and they're going to click your link. They're going to check out your link. So that's mimicking user interaction. And that way you can maybe do some stuff, steal the flag, and then submit the flag with another submit flag endpoint. So just use the get parameter flag to submit it there. That's the final challenge. And if at any point anyone has problems with the challenge, for example, you were able to solve it, but when you paste your payload on the platform, it doesn't work, then feel free to send us a message in Discord, and we can check stuff out. But normally everything should be fine and should work fine.
Right. And and if you're posting a payload, just not to spoil it for everyone else, and since we are with prizes today, we have prizes today, DM us. So say, hey, there's something that I need to ask. So either Robbie here for at least challenges 3 to 6, or me for challenges 1 and 2. If you have a question, you can't figure out what's going on, something doesn't work right, you think that you should have won the flag and you didn't, and the checker didn't accept your solution, whatever, just let me know. If something breaks, also let us know. We have access to the backend. We can make sure if we need to restart a server or do something, or a Docker container, we can do that. So please let us know. We'll be online at all times, but we won't bug you really online with a session and keep on talking, because you guys need to focus and solve stuff. So we're gonna stop with that now, and we have 4 touch points. This one is the kickoff. We have one at 12 or at noon Eastern time, US Eastern time. That's going to be the second checkpoint, or the first checkpoint after the kickoff. And then we have the second checkpoint at 2 p.m. and a wrap up at 4 p.m. when the game ends. I can already see there's some issue here with the count with the timer. It's counting 6 hours every time again. I'll check what it's doing, but you can always look at this at this time. This is the right time. So you have 5 hours 45 minutes and not 6 hours, because here it would just restart from 6 every time. Need to figure out what's happening here. I created a bug somehow with time zones or something like that.
We're getting so good at creating intentionally software with intentional bugs that at least some bugs have to also be in the real software we make. So
yes, absolutely. I'll figure that out. But that's the clock, or that's the time you should be looking at. Okay, that's where that's when the game ends. And you know, the dates here are all fine. You can see here, you know, it looks okay. So just ignore the clock, which restart at 6 every time.
And I want to say that, you know, the first challenge, which is of course not a super easy challenge, but it's something that, you know, everybody, I think, if you're a developer, if you're just coming into hacking, you should be able to solve. 11 people have solved that, so
Yep.
that kind of proves that, you know, it's definitely possible.
Mhm.
The second challenge is holding them up. Nobody has cracked the second challenge in 15 minutes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to check that there are no bugs here. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yes,
You know, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. It might be like a high-end two peppers, to be honest, just because, you know, there's something tricky here. You'll figure it out. And we are going to jump in on this, on the first checkpoint, then the second checkpoint. We're going to provide small hints for at least you know, the first, the second. Maybe we'll get to the third and fourth. So bear with us. If you can't figure it out, move on, and we will provide smaller hints later on in the process.
Okay, perfect. I think that's it for this kickoff, Itzik. I think now we need to let them do their magic and then come back in 2 hours and be astonished by how much they've already solved, I assume.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. We're really happy to have you here, especially new folks that, you know, first timers, but also the, you know, the veterans and the people here that have been around for a while. And I can see names here that we definitely seen a lot before. So it's kind of like a nice mixture. And yeah, it looks like people are already cracking. So that's awesome.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
I'm excited to see how these 6 hours go.
So
let's
we're
see.
gonna get out of here now, and we are going to come back at noon within an hour and 40-ish minutes. Robbie and I will be there, but we are all online. We're always online. So if you Discord us, we'll be responsive. We promise. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you everyone, and good luck with everything, with solving everything here. Let's see what's going on one last time before we jump off. Okay, 11 people solved it, and first and second one.
Damn it!
Awesome.
I've not heard that name before, so I think that must
So
be
at least
somebody
there's no
new as
bug.
well.
Yeah. At least there's no bug in the challenge. It seems like it's solvable, so that's a good thing. Nice, great. Yeah, and it looks awesome. So we'll wrap up and meet again in an hour and about 40 minutes.
Perfect.
Bye, Robbie. Bye, everyone. Good luck, and let us know how it goes.
Bye.
There's a message here. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna open a ticket. I solved the second challenge, and not working when I submitted in the.
Feel free to send me a message with your payload, and then I can.
Yeah, let us know. So let's see. Yeah, let's see what you're getting, and we'll help you. Perfect. Okay, guys, wrapping it up. We'll continue to be online as promised.
Perfect. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Bye bye.